when it is viewed
When
as...
when your arrests are more than the next person on the list, you're at the head of the list. And I will tell you, we have gone from having people who have arrest records that are so long, there's hardly a number to describe it. We have worked through so many people. We're down now to what used to be the number 400 is now first on the list. That is how successful this program is.
There was if I could just ask the city attorney, then I promise I'll get to Commissioner Fish. There was, back in the day, the city could not publish lists of, like, I just have a vague recollection, it might have even been before Vera was mayor, where we could not publish certain kinds of lists. Ben?
Actually, I'm going to defer to Ellen if she's standing ready.
Do you have any, can you answer my question or shed any other light on this issue?
Yes, Ellen Osnack, Deputy City Attorney. The issue of publishing lists of individuals who have been arrested, the prohibition is more what Commissioner Fritz referred to, which is the prohibition against defamation. There's no statutory prohibition or constitutional prohibition, but where a list of people released by the Bureau to the public could be construed by the public as a shaming or defamatory statement, you're prohibited from releasing it. And so that has been the concern all along, and that has been the reason why the public records request for the names of individuals on the list has been repeatedly declined as far as releasing to the public. The issue about statistics and the representative socioeconomic data about the list has always been available for release, and we have released that to the public and to public defenders.
But Ellen, there has never been an instance that I'm aware of, and I've been intimately involved in this issue, where the police bureau has proactively suggested publishing a list. It has always been at the request of a media outlet. Give us those names. I'm having a hard time construing that being interpreted by a court as defamation if, at the request of a media outlet, a list is provided. And we've all agreed that that's public information, and the commissioner in charge of the police bureau already said if they are artful enough, they can get the names anyway because it's public information. Why is it considered to be defamation to comply with a lawful request from a media organization to give names that are public information?
Commissioner Leonard, respectfully, I think it has to do with the characterization of folks that are on the list and kind of what you were...
what is the characterization?
Well, kind of what you were eloquently describing, your impressions of the people on the list, that they perhaps have a history of drug abuse, that there are other associations that have been made publicly about the list that I think give rise to legitimate concerns that...
But Ellen, that's not how they end up on the list. They end up on the list by the number of arrests that are made.
And that's why the position, at least my position, has consistently been that the data around the list, because they are just blind data runs, and you know, I certainly acknowledge your intimate familiarity with it, and you know, the concerns for people on the privacy, I mean, the privacy of folks on the list are real, and I understand that, you know, you have a difference of opinion about how we should guard those privacy interests, and that releasing the data about them is...
To be clear, if we had a bank robber running rampant in Old Town that robbed 33 banks and was running around in Old Town, and the next person arrest 32 were for drug use, 33 would be at the head of the list. It would have nothing to do with the fact that they were a drug user. It could be a clean and sober person. They would be at the head of that list. That list is exclusively used to put people in jail. That's what it's for, not to provide treatment. It's to get them in jail. And once they're in jail, an assessment is made as to why they're in jail. And at that point, they decide whether or not they're a dependent person on a substance. And then they're offered the alternative to go to a treatment center. If they're a bank robber that just likes to rob banks, they remain in jail.
So, Commissioner Leonard, what you're saying is that the list is formulated, meaning it's prioritized. Folks on the list land on the list and get to the top of the list, and and the city works its way down based upon the repetition of their criminal record?
Correct.
Solely?
Exclusively.
And is that citywide record?
Yes.
No, it's geographic to primarily Old Town, Chinatown.
That's
downtown.
not true.
No, it is true, actually. The way that the arrest statistics are generated are by specific geographic area.
But that includes, we've expanded the geographic areas from Old Town to include inner southeast Portland and parts of North Portland.
Yes, I believe that's true.
Yeah, it is.
Verify, can I just?
Commissioner Fish, yeah.
Counsel, I read somewhere, it might have been a statement attributed to the police commissioner or someone else, that were this matter a public records request to be presented to the district attorney that in our system rules on these matters, it's likely that the district attorney would consider this a public record where we're compelled to disclose. Is that in fact your view?
It's always
My
awkward
view. That was
giving
my
legal
view.
advice.
Well, that was my view.
That's Commissioner Salson's view,
But-
which I respect. But
Well, then I don't want to, since you're the,
She's about to disagree, I think.
well, no, but since you're the attorney for the city, I don't want to put you in the position of disagreeing with your client. But I do want to note that if, Dan, if your view is that if this matter was presented to the district attorney, under our public records law statute, we'd be compelled to disclose it. I don't think we should, as a council, be putting up a barrier. If that is our best guess as to how the district attorney would rule on this, which balances the public's right to know with whatever other privacy interests there are, I believe we should simply disclose the document. I agree with Commissioner Leonard that the failure to disclose this has done more mischief than I think was ever intended in terms of the benefit of withholding this information.
Well, my statement about the district attorney is by no means trying to read his mind. I'm just, based on having been on the council for 10 years and seen many public records requests denied by us, it seems like a lot of times the district attorney overrules us. So that's kind
So
of the genesis of the statement.
can I just offer clarification to your motion? That, to see if the council agrees with this, including the police commissioner, including a lawyer, that that this council approves the release of information regarding the arrest records of individuals citywide or in geographically defined areas based only on their arrest records and information that is public record anyway, and that in no way do we intend to characterize anyone on that list other than the fact that they've been arrested. Doesn't even mean that they've necessarily been prosecuted. It simply means that they've been arrested, and you can interpret that in a variety of different ways.
Just to clarify, they've been arrested 3 or more times within a 3-month period on a specific list of crimes. But just to clarify that, it's not like any arrest.
That's fine. Thank you.
Mayor, is it your intent, I understand the intent of your clarifying motion or your comment, that to address the defamation problem, that we are not in any way seeking to characterize the data other than that it is based on arrest data by certain metrics.
Right. They are innocent until they have been convicted.
But I'm listening to your words, and
Okay.
I could get there as long as I'm clear. There is, in fact, a specific list of people that are used by the
Right.
members of the service coordination team. I'm hoping it is your intent that that is that list that you would disclose with that disclaimer.
Correct.
I don't want to be given out this broader list of arrest records if in
No,
fact it's not
that's a
citywide, but
useful
these certain
clarification.
geographic areas. I want whatever it is that
Lists
the
that are
members
being
of the
put
service
together.
coordination team used, and I support wholeheartedly to be that which is given to members of the press at their request with the disclaimer that you just
Right.
had.
And arrest does not mean guilt or innocence.
Or drug use,
It does not assume drug use or anything else.
or drug treatment.
Or anything.
Yeah.
We're just saying these folks have been arrested. There's
There's the list.
And to further clarify, we would be giving the list on request.
Right.
We will not be posting it on any city website.
That's right.
Correct. I would,
Commissioner Saltzman? Okay. So that motion